Good morning, everybody. Today's shout out is to my 11:30 a.m. Racket Club Yin Restorative class. So a big hello to Linda, Miss Susan, Miss Shirley, Miss Jean, Miss Angie, and everybody else. And I apologize if I'm forgetting, but I can't wait to see you all in person when this is all over. Today, we're gonna do a super yummy restorative yin style 1 hour. You will see me watching the clock. That is to make sure you're in certain poses a certain amount of time. This session is going to be for stress relief and lowering your anxiety today. Super chill. So to start, wear comfy clothes. I'm currently in my Zaya brand joggers, a sweatshirt if you want it in case it's chilly in your home. Your mat. 2 blocks. If you don't have blocks, you can use any kind of books. You can use a bolster. You can use pillows. So there are lots of different things that you can use. Yogis are very restorative. So look around your house and see what you want to make you comfortable. A rolled up towel or a rolled up blanket is a really good idea for a restorative style class. So I hope you enjoy. I brought my helper, Kylie Ann, with us. And we are going to start in a boosted, elevated, seated position for a little Sukhasana shape, Sukhasana pose in your body to start with our meditation and mindfulness practice. And we're going to add in a little breath work today, which also helps stress and anxiety in the body. So Kylie Ann, if you will put your hips up on that, please. Good. So you want to get that right under your sits bones. Crisscross your legs, Sukhasana, easy pose. Roll your shoulders up to your ears, back down your spine. Lift tall through your crown. Wait a minute. And right here, we're gonna be here. 5 natural breaths. Let's begin.
You know, this is, excuse me, a damn fine cup of coffee.
And you're going to hear me throughout the practice prompt you on breath work and on relaxation. So after about your 5th natural breath, close your eyes. I want you to start coming into that Ujjayi breath. So long, equal inhales and exhales through your nose. If you are a natural 4-count inhale, I want you to bring your exhale to a 4-count to match. And I'm going to walk you through about 3 of these. Ujjayi breath is very rhythmic. It's an exhale like you're fogging up a mirror, but you're going to close your mouth, push that breath out your nose. And so we'll get ready to inhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 3, 2, 1. Take 5 more breaths like that on your own.
Nothing like a great cup of black coffee.
No judgment on your body. If you have any pain, try not to label it good, bad, or indifferent. Just start to notice your breath right now. Now take about 5 breaths and just recognize the rise and fall of your chest, the expansion of your lungs, the contraction. And 2 more like that. Eyes closed, keeping with the movement of your body, that natural rhythm. Good, and now that you're finished, I want you to do just a general body scan. Again, Remain here in easy pose. Keep your eyes closed. Check in with your feet. Bring awareness to where they're touching the mat. Notice your shins, your knees, your thighs. Pay attention to where your sits bones, your hip bones are touching the mat, or preferably a block or a book. Maybe you're on a bolster. Just bring your awareness there. Soften your belly button. Feel the weight of your arms hanging down from your shoulders, releasing any tension across your shoulder blade area. And then again, notice the weight of your forearms or your hands, maybe on your lap or right by your side. Working your way up the back of your spine from your tailbone. I want you to imagine your spine growing longer and stronger, plenty of room in there for every little vertebrae. And as you move up in between your shoulder blades and into your neck, right at the base of your skull, right where your head meets your neck, I want you to soften all those muscles, relax. Unclench your jaw. Let your eyes melt into the back of your head and bring your focus right in the center of your eyebrows. And for today's intention, I want you to imagine the word peace or calm running across the inside of your forehead, almost like a ticker tape. And if one of those words doesn't work for you, pick whatever word you feel really bonded to, something that is an intention that's right for you. And see that word 5 times now. Just repeat it over and over again in your mind's eye. Beautiful. 2 big breaths with an open mouth exhale. So big inhale, open mouth exhale, sigh it out. Big inhale through your nose. Open mouth exhale, sigh it out. Carefully blink your eyes open. You're going to make your way off your block and set it to the side. Keep it close. Come to your hands and knees. So just swing your legs around, squaring off your body in tabletop pose. So again, shoulders stacked directly over your wrist, hips directly over your knees. And just be mindful that you're not dumping in and sinking into your shoulder blades. Go ahead, Kylie, dump in. We don't want this kind of sagging and arching of the belly. I want you to push up out of the palms of your hands, up into these shoulder blades. And then go ahead and just for a couple breaths, tighten up the abdominals there. Pull in. Good. Big breath in. Open mouth exhale. Soft gaze at the top of the mat. We're going to start our cat-cows. So drop the belly this time, making a U with the body. Roll the shoulder blades away from the ears on the inhale. Good. And then exhale, round out like a Halloween cat. You're going to drop the head, drop the tailbone. Push up, round out through the shoulder blades here like a Halloween cat. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the heart, the head, the tailbone, making that U. Exhale, round out, tuck the head, tuck the tailbone under. Good. Inhale, make that U with your spine. Exhale, make that C. Breathe first, then move. Inhale, make that U. Exhale, make that C. 2 more. Your breath, your movement. And take that now. And 1 more, just like that. Moving the spine, getting some love in there. Good. Now go ahead and square up your body, come to that neutral spine. We're gonna go into a child's pose here. So I would prefer it be supported. If you have a bolster at home or a pillow, you're gonna stick it under the length of your spine. But you start your child's pose by bringing your toes to touch. Bring your knees as wide as the mat. And then you're gonna push your tailbone back to your heels. Now, Kylie's not using a bolster today. We're keeping it real simple and clean. But if you were gonna use a pillow at home, the pillow would go under your body here and support your core, your body center, and your head. And so you're gonna stay here, sinking down into child's pose. If your knees bother you, you can always pad your knees with a towel, or you can roll it up and put it behind your knees to open up a little space. Either a towel behind each knee or one long rolled blanket behind the knees. So do what you need to do to feel right in your body. If you have any sharp shooting pains, make adjustments, make modifications. If you have a little warm burning of the muscles, usually that's a good thing. That means we're making you a little stronger. But in this case, we're doing restorative yin. So be really mindful of what your body's telling you today. If you cannot get your forehead to the mat, you can put a block under your forehead or something of that nature, or again, have that pillow or bolster close. Use that to support your body center. All right, 5 natural breaths here in child's pose. We're gonna stay here relaxing. If your forehead is on a firm surface like a block or a mat, I would like you to go ahead now and gently and slowly rock your forehead from side to side, temple to temple. It'll give you a little massage, releasing some tension and some pressure. If you're on a pillow, you might just want to stay still. And about 5 more breaths here. You can continue to rock the forehead gently, or you can come to a place of stillness. If your mind starts to worry or wander on you, come back to that word that you said earlier, that intention, peace and calm, love and light, something that's special to you that will help you with your stress and anxiety. On your 5th breath, I want you to walk your hands to your right side body. So if you're on a bolster, please remove that and set it to the side for a minute, or to the front of your mat out of your way. Walk your hands to your right side body, keeping your head low. Stack your left hand on your right. The lower your head can be, the deeper your stretch will be. You should have a beautiful stretch from your left hip all the way through your left fingertips. Lengthening the body. Keeping the tailbone pushed back towards your heels. Now take big breaths into that left lung and let the oxygen flow down the left arm and down the left leg. About 5 more breaths here. Everybody, big breath in. Sigh it out. One more big breath in. Exhale, walking the hands through center towards your left side body now. Stack your right hand on your left. Again, getting a beautiful side body stretch now on the right side of the body. Keeping that head low. Keeping the tailbone pushed back toward the heels. Big stretch through that right lung. Now you want to begin to breathe. Big breath into that right lung. Let the oxygen flow down that right arm, down that right leg. Five more breaths here. All right, everybody all together. Big breath in. Sigh it out. Big breath in. Sigh it out. And walking the hands to center. We're going to go through this flow, couple little active stretches followed by some stillness. So Kylie-Ann, please push up to tabletop pose again. Good. And then you're just going to bring your tailbone back to the mat and swing your legs straight out to the front of the room this way. Coming into a staff pose or a pike position. So have your blocks close. We're going to take a couple active stretches first, and then we'll go into that stillness. So big breath in, sweep your hands up over your head, flex the feet, exhale, fold forward. Drop the head, relax. If you cannot reach your feet, just go as far as you can go. We're going to be here about 10 breaths total. Don't forget to breathe. Breath is life. Good, about 3 more breaths. Big breath in. Exhale, carefully roll up. Going into a seated tree, so right foot comes into the thigh, left foot out. If this thigh hurts you, being up in the air like this, floating a little bit, again, put that rolled up towel or a block or the pillow bolster up underneath the thigh and the knee for support. So inhale, reach up, fill up, hands go overhead. Exhale, fold forward over that left leg. Again, not a requirement to reach the feet. If you can, flex that foot, get a little deep stretch in there. Holding this about a minute. Good, about 5 more breaths here. And I want you to think about exhaling into the stretch. So everybody take a big breath in. Exhale, release down, relax into it. Big inhale. Exhale, sigh it out. Inhale, roll up, lift the head, the crown. Switching legs, right leg out, left leg in. Big inhale, reach up, fill up, sweep the arms up overhead, stretch long. Exhale, fold. Breathing here. So anytime you forward fold, try to think heart first. That'll help you lengthen your spine. And about 5 more breaths here. Good on the last couple breaths. Big breath in. Sigh it out. Big breath in. And carefully lift the crown. And we're going to go into a seated bound angle fold. So soles of the feet actually are going to come together. So options here, your heels do not have to be as close to your tailbone as Kylie's. Kylie, will you push your feet out just a little bit? You can have a wide diamond like this, no problem. Again, if you need a block or a bolster, some support, if that's too much pressure and strain on the pool of the inner thigh, support your legs. Okay. Kylie, go ahead and come back into that bound angle where your heels are a little closer. Be careful about rounding out here of the spine. Go ahead and round out and slump down. We don't want this shape here. I want you to sit up tall like you did in Sukhasana, lifting through your crown. Roll your shoulders up to your ears, back down your spine. Big breath in. Exhale, forward fold. Think heart first to lengthen your spine. If this becomes too much pressure on your back or your neck or your spine, you can always bring a block up under there just like that. Support the head. We're going to take about 10 breaths here. And don't forget, if the block is not enough support, you can also use a bolster here or a pillow if you're at home. About 5 more breaths. Good, big breath in. Sigh it out. Big breath in. Sigh it out. Excellent. Carefully roll up, lift your crown to center. Now we're going to take a gentle straddle stretch or a dragonfly stretch, whatever you call it. Doesn't matter to me as long as your body's in proper alignment. Again, hip bones, tailbone, kind of pointed back just a little bit, tops of the hip bones a little bit forward so you don't get that rounding, that scrunching of the spine, lifting up tall. We're going to take a big breath in, lift up, fingertips up, fill up, exhale, think crown of the head, long heart, folding toward the floor or the mat, lengthening that way. And then use a block or a pillow or a bolster for support. And we're going to stay here about a minute, breathing. Some people will get a little claustrophobic if their face is buried in a bolster or a pillow. My suggestion would be to put your block or your book on top of your bolster or your pillow. And you can even, to soften it, if you only have a book today, put a towel or a little pillowcase or something on top of that book. So it would go bolster or pillow, block or book, and then something soft to rest your forehead on. About 5 more breaths here. Good on your next couple breaths. Big breath in. Open mouth, let it out. Releasing down, relaxing into the stretch. Big breath in. Exhale, soften. Excellent. Carefully roll up. Beautiful. Bringing the legs together. We're just going to take a seated twist now and warm up that spine just a little bit more. So go ahead and bend the right knee and plant the right foot in front of you. And then cross the right foot over your left thigh. So you get this position here. You can stay here with this leg extended. Another option would be to bend this left knee, tucking that heel toward your tailbone, coming in more of a pretzel shape. It doesn't matter to me what position you take. You can do either or, as long as, again, you sit up tall from your spine, lifting. Place your right hand behind your hip bones and then push up out of your crown, lengthen the spine, and then twist toward your right thigh. So you can put the left elbow on that right thigh to give you a little more twist. Now, you're going to deepen your twist by creating length and extension through the crown of your head and exhaling into that twist. You really want the twist to come between the space that is between your hip bones and your rib cage. So be really gentle on your body. Don't go too far. But if you can exhale in and that feels good to you, then take that. We all need a little extra movement and stretch right now. About 5 more breaths here. Big breath in. Exhale, lift up through your crown and exhale into the stretch. One more inhale, lift. Exhale. Good, last breath. Exhale, square your body, center to the front, good, of your knees, and then unwind your legs. And we're going to take this all on the other side. So start by right leg out long, bend the left knee, plant the left foot, and then you can walk it over that right thigh, choosing to keep that right leg out long in that L position, or tucking the right heel towards your tailbone, either way. So this time, twisting toward that left leg, right? You're gonna plant the left hand behind your hip bones, push up, lift up to gain access to that space between your rib cage and your hip bones, using the right arm for support on the left thigh there. Breathing here. Continuing to lift and grow, lifting tall. Try not to round out and slump over. Lift up. And 5 more breaths. Good. Big breath in. Side out. Let that create growth and maybe a little bit more into that twist, only if you have access and it doesn't hurt. Big breath in. Exhale into the twist. Last one, big breath in. And exhale, square your body, center, good, to the front of your knees. Unwind the legs, send them straight out in front of you. And go ahead and bend your knees one at a time and give your thighs a little, what I call like a little beat down, Kylie. So yeah, you're just gonna give them a little wiggle there, create some space and some movement in the hips. Good. All right, we're gonna move to our belly for a few positions. So you're just gonna swing your legs around, lower to your belly, right cheek on the mat, hands down by your side. Now I joke all the time, this is actually a real yoga pose. It's called Belly Shavasana. It's not a nap. So I want you to start by slowly rocking your hips back and forth, giving yourself a little sacrum rock to start relaxing and loosening the muscles down at the bottom of the spine there toward the hips. And you can take that for 5 or 10 breaths, whatever feels good to you. Good, and then bring your chin to neutral. Beautiful, you're gonna pull up at the belly button here, and you're gonna take a locust pose. So you can choose to do, we'll do 2. So option to lift the head, the heart, and the feet at the same time for both poses, or you can do half your body. You can do your upper body first, and then lower, and then on the second time, do your feet. So Kylie, we're just gonna show that to them as an example before we do both locust poses. So if you wanna do full body, you're gonna lift your head, your heart, your feet, such as this, squeezing the thumb tips or the pinkies up over your tailbone behind you, drawing forward in the heart, and lengthening from crown to toe. Exhale, go ahead and release. Good. And then if you want to do just half the body the first time and half the body the second time, you're going to ground down through your hip bones and just lift your heart, your head, keeping your feet flat on the mat. And go ahead and lower, please. And for the second time, you will keep your chest grounded and you'll just lift your feet off the ground, lengthening through your toes like that. Go ahead and lower and get ready to do both your locust poses. So big breath in. Exhale, lift the heart, the head, the feet, or just half the body. And right here, you're going to be here about 5 breaths, squeezing those thumbs or those pinkies up over your tailbone. And keep that breath real high in your chest and your heart so you don't rock. Good, 2 more. And on the last one, I always say, get longer, get stronger. Exhale, lower left cheek on the mat. This time I want you to bend at the knees and slowly windshield wiper those legs from left to right. We windshield wiper like there's a trickle, not a rainstorm. And you're gonna take that 4 or 5 times on each side from left to right. Again, just relaxing and loosening those muscles at the lower spine area, the lumbar area, and the hips. Good, and once you've evened yourself out and you've done 4 or 5 to each side, make sure you're balanced. Lower your feet, bring your chin to neutral, belly button draws in. Big breath into your chest, into your heart, and lift up for locust pose. Squeezing those shoulder blades together, lengthening through the fingertips and the toe tips. Approximately 5 breaths here. And on the last 2 inhales, you're going to grow longer, get stronger, and then grow longer, get stronger. And then exhale, right cheek on the mat. And then again, bend your knees, windshield wipe your legs, slow and low. Four or 5 times each side, swinging the feet back and forth. And then once you've evened out on both sides, go ahead and lower your feet. You're going to bring your elbows, your arms around to the front of your body. Your elbows tuck under your shoulder blades there. And we're going to come into a Sphinx pose. So go ahead and push your elbows just a little further up. Yep, to get a little more height. Okay. So elbows under your shoulders, forearms flat, equal pressure from elbow to palm of the hand. Spread your fingertips wide. And then you take a tuck of the glutes and aim your tailbone down toward your heels. That'll take the kink out of your back. Close your eyes and breathe here. We're going to take about 10 to 15 breaths. Now, something supportive you can do for your body is put a pillow or a bolster up right underneath the lower part of your rib cage, right in your sternum area for support, if that feels good to you. Play with the positioning. Everybody's bodies are shaped differently, and so a pillow or a bolster on me might need to go a little higher or lower than a pillow or a bolster on you. And 5 more breaths here. Good on the last 2 breaths. Big breath in. Sigh it out. Big breath in. Sigh it out. Good. From here, we're gonna push back, come into child's pose as a transition pose until we go into puppy pose. So bringing your knees out wide, your tailbone back to your heels, forehead down to the mat. A few breaths here. Good. 2 more breaths. Wonderful. We're going to push up here to our hands and knees, coming into that squared off tabletop pose for just a minute. And then we're going to transition into our puppy pose. Some people call it like a melting heart pose. So you're going to keep your tailbone high and stacked over your knees. You're going to walk your hands out and carefully lower your forehead to a block or a book or the mat or the floor. And you can see why they call this melting heart, relaxing into the shoulder blades. Again, if you need extra support, put something under your head. You can put support under your forearms. Breathing here. 5 more breaths. Good, big breath in. Open mouth exhale, stay here for a minute. Now you can stay here another 5 breaths exactly where you're at. Or you can bring your chin to the mat or the block or the book. And so that would look like this, and this would deepen the stretch into the shoulder blades here. If this hurts your neck or your shoulders or your arms, don't do it. Stay on your forehead. And a few more breaths here. Good. Big breath in. Sigh it out. Big breath in. Sigh it out. Carefully push up to your hands and knees. Coming back to that tabletop, that transition pose. Good. Kylie, just bring your tailbone back to your heels, please, almost like in hero's pose, sitting up. We're going to go into the final phase of our restorative yin session here. So get ready for real comfort. And the last 10 minutes, we'll take a shavasana. So go ahead and come to your tailbone. Bring your legs around to the front, and you're just going to lay down on your back for a supine twist. So you'll bring your right knee into your armpit or your shoulder blade area. I want you to roll all the way to your left side body, bringing your knee to a supported position. So I would like your knee on the floor or a block or your bolster again. And you can see Kylie has taken even her right shoulder with her. Now that her knee is on the floor, now we're gonna open that right arm out. Now, very common for anyone who has a lot of tension in their shoulder blade and neck area, like I do. Your arm might not reach the floor like Kylie's does, and that's okay. Better to have your knee supported. If your shoulder and your arm is floating up off the floor like this because you have tension and tightness, just bend at the elbow, bring your fingertips to your rib cage, and that'll help the flow of your circulation a little bit more. We're going to stay here about 10 breaths. And then I'm going to give you an option to do what's called a cattail pose or stretch, or I also call it like a deer. A few more breaths here. Big breath in. Open mouth exhale. Stay right where you are. Now your right knee is supported, so you're actually going to take a bend at the left knee, not the right, the left, bringing your heel, your left heel, toward your sits bone, and then reach down with the opposite hand to grab your foot. So you'll kind of come into this shape. If you can't grab your foot, just squeeze that heel toward your glutes. And if that hurts, just straighten that leg back out. You have lots of options. Breathing here about 5 breaths. Good, everybody, big breath in. Sigh it out. Carefully release that left leg first, straighten out the leg. And then you can roll to your back. Realign your body, straighten the right leg. Left knee is going to come into your shoulder blade or armpit area. And then you're going to roll it all the way to your right side body. So you see how you take the left knee and the left shoulder with you. Support the knee, floor, block, bolster. Once that leg is supported, open that left arm out. Same thing applies here. If you get tingling in that left hand and those left fingertips, just carefully bend at the elbow and bring that hand to your rib cage. A few more breaths here. And then we're going to take that option for that cat tail. So big breath in. Sigh it out. Big breath in. Sigh it out. So your left knee stays grounded. You're going to take a bend at the right knee. Bringing that heel to your tailbone. Reach down with the opposite hand and grab it. Give that quad a really yummy stretch. And then you'll be here about 5 breaths. Again, if this hurts, please don't do it. If this hurts your knees, hurts your hips. The other thing too you might experience is that one side is more flexible than the other. One side you can do the stretch, the other side you can't. That's very normal in a lot of bodies. Or sometimes one side might hurt and the other side might not. Listen to your body. It's your body, your practice, your flow. Big breath in. Exhale, release the leg. Good, and roll to your back. Beautiful. We're going to take a supported waterfall here before we go into Supta Baddha Konasana and then a full Shavasana for the last 10 minutes. So bend your knees, plant your feet, push up through your heels and put the block up under your sacrum. It's that little triangle bone at the top of your hips. And so again, only you can feel you. So you might need to take a minute to move the block either a little higher or a little lower so it's comfortable for you to rest your hips down on that block, coming into almost a supported bridge like Kylie is here. When you're ready, you're just going to tuck your knees into your chest, and then you're going to flex your feet, send them straight up to the sky. Yep. Hands down by your side, palms up. Close your eyes. About 5 to 10 breaths here. You will note that we did this in our vinyasa class last week, except I was the support for Kylie's feet. If you don't have a block or a book to put under your sacrum, do this pose up against the wall. We're not doing it on the wall today because we need to stay in front of you, in front of the camera. but using the block or using a partner stretch or the wall is a wonderful way to get into this position. Helps with your blood pressure, your circulation, and your mood. 5 more breaths. Big breath in. Sigh it out. Big breath in. Sigh it out. Go ahead and tuck your knees into your chest, Kylie. So if at any point during that supported waterfall, if your feet start to get tingly, you can always take this tuck position as well, which feels really good on the back and the hips. Go ahead and plant your feet, please, ma'am. Remove the block, hand it to me. Wonderful. Bring the soles of your feet together, knees out wide, one hand on your heart, one hand on your belly. We're coming into this Supta Baddha Konasana, which means reclined bound angle. So lots of options for support here. One of our favorite things to do in my Thursday class at the Racket Club is we make a ramp with our blocks that look like this. And then we put a bolster on that ramp. You're going to put your hip bones here and lay backward on your bolster. That's going to look like this. I'm not going to do it all the way. So you would lay back this way on your ramp and your bolster. Kylie's option here, she's flat on her mat, and that's okay too. One other option for Supta Baddha Konasana would be to put a bolster without the blocks under your spine, the length of your spine. And then again, if you have hip pain, because this is a deep opening of the hips, you can always put a block up under your thighs or a rolled up blanket or a pillow too. So take a minute, play with the different positions and what feels right with you. And then we're just going to hang out here in Supta Baddha Konasana for about 5 minutes. Close your eyes and breathe. At any point, if your mind wanders, I want you to come back to that word: peace, calm, love, light. See it in the center of your forehead, right between your eyebrows. Let it run through your mind, almost like a ticker tape, pushing and washing any worry or wander out of the way. Take a big breath in, sigh it out. Take a big breath in, sigh it out, relax into the stretch. Exhale into the release. About 1 more minute. If this begins to hurt your legs at all, you can take a one-legged version, and I'll show you that now. So, Kylie-Ann, will you straighten out your right leg? Keep your left leg. So almost like we did seated tree. And we'll just do about 30 seconds on the left side, and then we'll do 30 seconds on the right side. So this is always an option as well. So So 1 minute passes in about 10 to 15 breaths approximately. So if you want to get about 30 seconds on each side, you would count maybe 5 to 6 breaths. So big breath in, exhale out, big breath in, exhale out, and we're going to switch sides. Left leg is going to lengthen, right leg is going to come out. So lots of options for your reclined bound angle. And in this case, maybe a reclined tree pose. About 5 breaths. Good. And on that last couple breaths, we're going to take those big sighs. So big breath in, open mouth, exhale. Big breath in, let it go. Wonderful. Carefully straighten that right leg. We're going to go into a full Shavasana now. So I would love for you to join us. This is actually called the hardest pose in yoga because Westerners have a hard time holding still. So I'm going to challenge you today to do Shavasana for at least 10 minutes or maybe at least 5. I'll start you off slow. So options again with your all your different props. You can take a rolled towel and put it up under your neck if that feels good to you. For support, Kylie, can you lift your head? So you want it right under the nape of your neck like that. And you can bring your head down gently back to your hands on the floor, palms up. If you have that bolster or that pillow, again, you can put it the length of your spine for support. It might not be long enough to get to your head. So if you have that bolster or pillow the length of your spine, you can put another bolster or pillow up under your head or a block or a book or a towel. So play with the different positions. One of the favorite positions is to put a pillow or a bolster under the knees and keep the spine flat on the mat. So again, your body, your practice, only you can feel you. Find a minute, find your favorite position. And I'm going to do a relaxation walk down for the last few minutes. Good. Now that you're good and comfortable, big breath in. Sigh it out. Soften your toes. Relax your ankles. Let your feet fall apart. Relax and soften your knees. And take a minute to be mindful and feel the weight of your calves and your thighs on the floor, the mat. I want you to relax down into the hips. And release and relax the abdominals. We spend all day pulling them in. I want you to stop here. No one's looking. Everybody's eyes are closed. Relax that belly. I want you to imagine if someone was taking fingertips and just running it right across your clavicle. So those are the bones right underneath your shoulders and at the base of your neck. So imagine someone just sweeps across your clavicle and soften that area. Relax it, letting your shoulders melt down into the earth. Take a moment to feel the weight of your arms on the floor or the mat. And feel the backs of the hands get heavy on the floor. We're going to do that spinal walk one more time. So starting at your tailbone. Imagine that your spine is strong and long. Picturing room for every little disc and every little vertebrae as you come through the low back and through the waist. And keep doing that spinal walk between your shoulder blades and into your neck. And right where the spine meets the base of the skull, soften that area, relax. Unclench your jaw and release your tongue. I want you to relax your eyes, let them sink back in your head, bringing your vision to the center of your eyebrows again. Soften your cheeks. Release the tension out of your forehead. Bring that internal awareness to your lips, your chin, your ears, your eyebrows, and even the tip of your nose. Now envision the crown of your head. Open it up and let a beautiful white golden light flood your body. That white light bathes every organ, every muscle, every bone, in peace and calm. It fills up your whole body center, your neck and your head, your mind. It runs down your arms and down your legs and right out your fingertips and toes. Now close the crown of your head and keep that beautiful white golden light with you for the rest of the week and the rest of the year. For my friends at home, I want you to stay right where you are while we close our practice today. Relaxed and calm and peaceful in Shavasana. May you walk in love and light and peace. May you have calm and stress-free days. Enjoy the sunny weather. Enjoy your family. And enjoy this time at home. Don't take it for granted. Shanti. Namaste.